Good day, everyone. We are going to discuss about philosophical thoughts on education. So I am Abigail Kababan and my partner is Michelle Bacarisas. So John Dewey. John Dewey is born on October 20, 1859 and died on June 1, 1952. He was an American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer whose ideas have been influential in education and social reform. He is one of the most prominent American scholars in the first half of the 20th century. Dewey's educational theories were presented in My Pedagogic Creed, 1897, The Primary Education We Teach, 1898, The School and Society, 1900s, The Child and the Curriculum, 1902, Democracy and Education, 1916, Schools of Tomorrow, 1915, with Evelyn Dewey, and Experience and Education, 1938. So, Dewey's learning through experience. Education is a social process, and so school is intimately related to the society that it serves. So education is a social process by which the immature members of the group, especially the children, are brought to participate in the society. So school is a special environment established by members of society for the purpose of simplifying, purifying, and integrating the social experience of the group. So the purpose of the education is to contribute to the personal and social growth of individuals. So the fund of knowledge of the human race, past ideas, discoveries, and inventions was used as the material for dealing with problems. So this accumulated wisdom of cultural heritage has to be tested. It serves human purposes and it becomes part of a reconstructed experience. The school is democratic because the learner is free to test all ideas, beliefs, and values. School should use by all it being a democratic institution because no barrier of custom or prejudice segregate of people. Now, because in the school, people are all to work together to solve common problems. So the authoritarian or coercive style of administration and teaching is out of place because they block genuine inquiry and dialogue. Education is a social activity and the school is a social agency that helps shape human character and behavior. Values are relative, but sharing, cooperation, and democracy are significant human values that should be encouraged by schools. So, John Dewey does not regard the accumulated wisdom of the past. It will be used as the materials for dealing with problems and so will be tested. So schools are for the people and by the people. So maong nakaingon siya ng schools are for the people and by the people because ang school kay gikuan man nga democratic so maski unsa pa ka maski bisan kinsa pa ka unsa imong color unsa imong edad kay madawat gihapon ka sa eskwelahan. So he continually emphasizes experience, experiment, purposeful learning, freedom, and other concepts of progressive education. Dewey argues that the quality of an educational experience is critical and stresses the importance of the social and interactive process of learning. George.
Okay, next one is George Count, so 1889 to 1974. So George Sylvester Counts is his full name. So he was born on December 9, 1889, and died on November 10, 1974. So he is an American educator and activist who, as a leading proponent of social reconstructionism, believed that schools should bring about social change. So an early proponent of the progressive education movement of Dewey Counts became its leading critic affiliated with the School of Social Reconstructionism in education. Next. Education is also counts building a new social order. So education is not based on external truth, but it's relative to a particular society living at the given time and place. Second, there is a cultural lag between material progress and social, institutional, and ethical values. Third, material progress of the humankind is very evident, but moral and ethical development seem to have lagged behind. So they focused on the like material progress, not on the moral and ethical development. So instruction should incorporate a content and the socially useful nature and problem solving methodology. Schools become an instrument for social improvement rather than an agency for preserving the status of quo. Teachers should lead the society rather than follow it. So in this case, yeah, teacher need to be the leader, not the follower. So teachers are called on to make important choices in the controversial areas of economics, politics, and morality. School ought to provide an education that afford equal learning opportunities to all students. Schools and teachers should be the agents of change, like Dewey. So problem solving should be the dominant method for instruction. So in this case, it is emphasized here that they need to give equal rights to student, not only for those like rich or like if you are powerful, something like that.
That's all.
So
Thank
that's
you
all.
for listening.